Around a week after the disappearance of Maddie Clifton on November 10th, at 7 a.m., Josh and his dad went to work and school, giving Missy, Josh's mum, several hours to clean up the house. As she entered Josh's untidy bedroom, she spotted a damp patch on the floor next to Josh's waterbed. What she would find under her son's bed would change the Phillipses' lives forever. Welcome back to the one and only Mr Storytell channel. Now, before we get stuck into the video this week, make sure to click like and subscribe to the channel. New and exciting videos are posted here every week, so make sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos. Now, where were we? Buckle up because it's going to be a heart-wrenching and disturbing journey. Joshua Earl Patrick Phillips was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania to parents Steve and Melissa Missy Phillips. Between 1997 and 1998, the family relocated to Jacksonville, Florida. According to the allegations, both Missy and Josh had suffered abuse at the hands of Steve, who was an alcoholic. Josh also lost contact with a loving family member after moving to Florida. It cut him off from his half-brothers. Josh was described as kind, friendly, fun, quiet, and silly by his classmates, teachers, and neighbors despite his tough situation at home. He was an average student with no behavior problems or run-ins with the law. So how did this young man who had his whole life ahead of him commit this heinous crime? On November 3rd, 1998, Maddie returned home from school at about 4:30 p.m., practiced her piano, and then went out to play golf with the other children in the neighborhood. While her sister took a piano lesson, she went back inside to search for more golf balls. After receiving a kiss from her mother, Maddie left the house to meet up with her friends just 3 houses away. This would be the last time her mum gave her a kiss. At around 6:20 p.m., Sheila Clifton, Maddie's mum, called her for dinner. When she didn't answer, it took Sheila 10 minutes to call 911. The community and police quickly began a thorough search for Maddie. For the next few days, community members distributed flyers and scoured the entire area. The authorities investigated the nearby homes and properties during the 7-day search and spoke with neighbors. Josh and the Phillips family participated in this search and fully cooperated. The night Maddie vanished, officers searched the Phillips car and storage shed. They also brought in scent hounds but could not identify anything suspicious at the Phillips house. Police also investigated the Phillips' home 3 times between the 2nd and 6th day, but found nothing unusual other than a strange odor. Missy Phillips informed them that most likely their pet birds were responsible for the odor. The National Guard was also requested to conduct a sewer system investigation. When nothing turned up, the case was handed over to the FBI. The proposed reward was $100,000 for information on Maddie's whereabouts, but Maddie was never seen. On the evening of her disappearance, Josh participated in the search for Maddie. The entire week he helped out, and Jessie, Maddie's sister, had told investigators that he was with me the whole week, trying to do whatever he could to help out. 6 days into the search for Maddie Clifton, a detective interviewed Josh. He was sitting on his waterbed this entire time, but denied knowing anything about Maddie's disappearance. Detectives also grilled Steve Phillips in the sitting room. Josh had admitted to seeing Maddie on the afternoon that she disappeared, but had refrained from playing with her due to their age gap. Detectives left the house after, but still had a strange air of mystery surrounding the Phillips. The following morning, November 10th, just after 7 a.m., Josh and his dad went to work and school, giving Missy several hours to clean up the house. As she entered Josh's untidy bedroom, she noticed a damp patch on the edge of Josh's waterbed. What she would find under her son's waterbed would change the Phillipses' lives forever. She felt the mattress with her hand and thought the waterbed was leaking because it was wet. A white sock was exposed when she lifted the mattress, but it remained in place when she tried to pull it out. She immediately discovered that black electrical tape held together the bed frame. As she peeled the tape off, a part of the sock could be seen through the base's wooden paneling, but Missy could still not pull the sock, so she went to get a flashlight. The sock slid to the ground when she tried again, and she felt something bitterly cold. Imagine the look of horror as she came face to face with her son's crime, brutally killing, then sleeping on her body for a week. The gruesome sight showed Maddie's body wedged between the platform that held the mattress and the base of the bed. She was curled up and shoved under the bed. Investigators revealed that she was still alive because one of her little hands was still hanging on to the frame of the bed. Maddie was at the back of the red YMCA basketball shirt that she was wearing, along with white socks when she was last seen. Although she was exposed from the waist down and her shirt had been lifted, there was no sign of sexual assault. Her shorts were also found very close to her torso and other underwear around her. Missy dialed 911 and her son was arrested in the middle of geography class that day. The autopsy results showed that Maddie had been the victim of 3 separate attacks, including 3 blunt force traumas to her forehead and the crown of her skull, a cut on her neck that punctured her windpipe, and 9 knife wounds to her chest and belly. Within half an hour from being hurt, Maddie would have died from the head injuries. Maddie's neck injuries possibly led her to bleed to death or drown in her blood. Tragically, multiple chest and abdominal knife wounds were inflicted when she died. Detectives discovered a black Louisville Slugger baseball bat and a Leatherman knife tool behind Josh's dresser. Maddie's blood was on a pair of Josh's shoes. Several incenses, air fresheners, and a jar of Febreze were also found in Josh's room. Missy Phillips accused the police of questioning Josh 5 times without the presence of an attorney or a parent. So Josh, according to his mum, provided only a statement. Detectives had said in court that Josh claimed he was in the front yard playing baseball when Maddie approached and begged to join him. He would have normally declined since his dad disapproved of him inviting people over when he was away, but since his parents were at work, he agreed, and after that they played some outdoor baseball. Then he recounted Maddie crying in pain as a baseball had hit her near her left eye. Josh dragged her from the yard into the house out of fear that he would get in trouble if her father found her. Dragging her caused her underwear and shorts to be removed. He had also claimed that the baseball had gashed her and caused her to bleed. She had continued to cry loudly, so the 14-year-old struck her in the head. However, his story was inconsistent with the autopsy result, and as a result, despite pleading not guilty, the jury found him guilty and convicted Josh of first-degree murder. Josh was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Fast forward to more than a decade later, mandatory imprisonment without possibility of parole for a minor was, however, deemed unlawful by the US Supreme Court in 2012. So Josh was offered a new sentencing trial in 2016 due to this ruling. The hearing was held in 2017, but the judge concluded that this crime was a calculated, sexually motivated, heinously violent act that Phillips went to great lengths to conceal, and went beyond adolescent impetuousness. Court deduced that the potential for rehabilitation is perhaps present. The court once again gave Josh a life sentence, but after 25 years, he might request a review of his punishment. Today, Joshua Phillips is still in jail, but reports say that he may appeal for a hearing in 2023.